Well, welcome along to the Southampton Property Show. We're sitting on the networking deck at the hotel, and I am joined by the show co-founder Sarah Smith. And Sarah, thank you so much for inviting us along here today. It's the first time that we've attended the show, and we've really enjoyed our time here. Tell us a little bit about the history of the show.
Well, we only did our first show last year, actually. That was the inaugural show, and it was kind of a coming together of lots of things. So I'm an investor myself, and I host a property networking meeting. I do a lot of work for the Southampton Property Association, which is sort of the professionals in the industry, so solicitors, architects, surveyors. And at the time, I owned an estate agency, and I was just in property all the time in all the different angles. And my co-founder was in a similar situation, and we kind of had complementing skills and contacts. So we just kind of brought it all together and thought, let's have a whole day of this.
That's fantastic, and this is obviously the second year.
Yeah.
How many people have bought tickets this year?
So we've sold over 500 tickets, and there's quite a few people just turning up at the door, which is nice too. So yeah, it's a really good atmosphere today.
Well, it's such a fantastic location, and I do think that's important, because coming to a location such as this with the marina and all the yachts, it's actually very inspirational. And most of us get into property to try and achieve a good lifestyle, financial freedom. And I think coming out to an event such as this is so important to keep in touch with what originally motivated you to get started.
Yeah, definitely. This venue is unlike any other in Southampton, really. It's so inspirational, all the yachts in the background. And I think it really sets the scene for what we're trying to achieve and giving people something, that aspiration, which is really important for an event like this.
No, I totally agree. Now, the seminars and the exhibition area is going on behind us. You've got a really good exhibition area, and landlords, they do need advice at the moment. So you've got tax experts, mortgage experts. Was one of your main kind of aims of the show really to provide the kind of educational platform?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, as an investor myself, when you go to property meetings, you get speakers and you learn loads from those speakers. And this is kind of like this, but on acid, really, because you've got 2 speaker rooms. You've obviously got things going outside here today as well. And the exhibition is amazing, but also the education side is so important. Running my property networking meeting, I want to just give investors all the power they can, all the knowledge they can, very similar to Property Tribes. And yeah, that's exactly where it's come from, wanting to educate people and give them as much value, knowledge, information, as well as all the networking opportunities.
No, it's we're really big fans of events like this, because I think as a landlord, and being one yourself, you know that you often kind of work in isolation. And to come out and take a day kind of out of your business rather than constantly working in it is very positive. It's almost like a vitamin injection or something. And we've got all the networking area here. There's networking opportunities. It's a really valuable day out for people to invest in their knowledge, because that's I think there's the saying that an investment in your knowledge is the best investment you can ever make, because nobody can take it away from you.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's a platform to share ideas, get inspiration, motivation, information. I totally agree. You've got to take time out to work on your business and chat to colleagues, and if you've got issues and you're on your own, chat about them. And places like this is exactly the place to come when you're in a pickle, I think.
Fantastic. Now, you mentioned you're an investor yourself. Yep. Could you tell us a little bit about your property journey, where you were at in 2019?
So my background is as a solicitor, and I bought my first property back in 2004, so 15 years ago. And I set myself a challenge in 2015 if I could earn more from property than I did as my job, in my job as a solicitor, then I would leave my job and just focus on property. I was working in London, so I had the corporate rat race thing, and managed to achieve that, and then invested more in HMOs. So that's what I did about 2 years ago. I'm still investing in HMOs now, but I'm also trying to diversify a bit more with more single lets. I did own an estate agency. I sold my shares in April. I also do obviously this, the networking meeting, but I'm really trying to focus on my own investing at the moment, not get sidetracked with other things.
Very entrepreneurial young lady, which we always like to see here at Property Tribes, because we want more women to come into the sector, because property is a wonderful thing to do, particularly if you've got a young family, because you can build it around your family. I don't have children, but I love being in property because I can kind of live my lifestyle going away in our motorhome and so on. So I'm sure you would join me in encouraging more ladies into the sector.
Yeah, 100%. I love seeing women in business and particularly women in property. And I think there's probably, at my normal networking event, there's probably about 25% women. So it would be great to even it up a little bit more and have 50-50. But yeah, property is ideal for women because of the children thing, and they can build it around their children. I don't have kids either, not yet anyway, but yeah, I think it's perfect for women bringing up young families.
It is,
yeah.
it is. I think just to finish really, we're in Southampton, and I actually, I'm not in buying mode at the moment, but I do favour this area. I think there's a lot of opportunity. I like Southsea as well, and those kind of areas. Do you invest in this area yourself, and how do you find it as an investment area?
Well, firstly, I believe in investing near where you live anyway. So all my properties are within 10 minutes of my home. So I invest in central Southampton and also Eastleigh, which has been historically a good area for HMOs. But yeah, all my properties are in the centre. I think Southampton's perfect. You get a great yield, and you also get some good capital growth. Typically, I know you can't rely on it, but I really love Southampton as an area. We're near to London. It's got everything really: 2 universities, 2 hospitals. Yeah.
There is a good quality of life here, and as the sun is shining on us, which is great sitting here on the deck, I have to mention holiday lets as well. Do you think it's good for holiday lets?
Yeah, there's lots of people here, lots of colleagues of mine who do serviced accommodation in this area, particularly in Ocean Village. You're not allowed in some of the blocks, but the ones that you are, they really do very well, which you can see why on a day like this.
Yes,
yeah.
I can certainly see that. So plans for the future, are you going to run an annual event going forwards?
Yeah, we plan to keep going this show, building it and making it bigger and bigger, being able to reach out to more people and give more people the opportunity for a day like this. I do think it's just a brilliant day, and I know I'm organising it, but I think, oh wow, I would love to sit in all those seminars because I know how good the people are in the seminar rooms, and yeah, it's just amazing. So yeah, continue with this, continue with the networking meeting, but really focusing on building my own portfolio.
Well, fantastic that you've set up this event, Sarah, for the benefit of the community at such a wonderful location, and of course for inviting us along to take part. And we actually filmed in conversation with John Howard here, which you can see on another video on our YouTube channel. So thanks, Sarah, and good luck with everything you're doing, including your property interests, of course.
Thanks so much, Vanessa. Thank you.